Rookie cornerback Tre Brown returned to practice last week and is ready to go, according to Pete Carroll. What's going on? Jackie Montgomery with your Seahawks Daily. Last week, Tre Brown returned to practice after starting his rookie season on injured reserve with a knee injury. With last week being a short week because of Thursday Night Football, this week is his first real week of practice, and Pete Carroll is hoping the fourth-round pick out of Oklahoma will pick up where he left off.
This is going to be a real week for him. Last week was the partial week. I've already talked to him about this is the time he comes back to action, and let's see if he can return to the level of play. When he got hurt, he was right at the verge of competing to be in playtime, and he had done a lot of positive things, and unfortunately his knee acted up and he couldn't respond right then. But so I'm going back to where he was, and like I said to him today, let's pick up where you left off and show us that you got your stuff together, and let's see where that leaves you in the competition of it. So he'll be battling.
He's pretty fast. I think that for corners, it's about knowing what to do. It's about understanding splits and formations and things like that. A lot of instinct. It's really detailed on the skill and technique. So certainly those are things that young players are always working with. Even the older players, as you get older, you continue working your skill and your footwork and your hands and things like that. So all those things have to work together.
Brown had a strong showing in training camp and even got some reps with the first team prior to getting injured. With the new IR rules that went into effect last year, the team still has some time before they need to activate him to the 53-man roster or make the decision to keep him on IR. Meanwhile, the Seahawks are still competing to find that perfect combination at cornerback. The last two games, Reid moved back over to right corner, while UW product Sidney Jones started on the left side.
It was a quiet game for Sidney for the most part. This game, there were some plays last week that he knocked off some rust, some things that he saw last week he did better this week, and so he's a really smart kid and aware and all of that. Just needed to get out there with us, and unfortunately, the first time out there was a couple plays. He played a good, solid game. Didn't get the ball really went on the other side of the field a little bit more than his way.
He understands what to do. He's a guy that is fitting in well with everyone. Everybody likes him, and I think that he understands our coverages. And I think that he's continuing to grow, and we're continuing to grow with him as the games progress.
A couple other options on the active roster are second-year cornerback Reid and third-year corner Bless Austin. Austin started 10 of his 11 games played last season for the New York Jets, recording 63 tackles, 4 passes defensed, and a forced fumble.
He's done a nice job with the system and the scheme and all of that. Once you cross the threshold and you get him out there, then everything kind of clears somewhat. He just hadn't had his opportunity. You saw we were a little careful with Sidney as he was coming in. He's ready to jump in, though. I mean, he's very competitive at practice. He's got a real toughness about him. It won't be too big for him when we get him out there. So it's just a matter of if the opportunities are right.
In related news, the Seahawks announced it released cornerback Trey Flowers on Wednesday. Pete Carroll briefly discussed the move in his Wednesday press conference. I suggest checking it out if you want more information.